So again, we're given the graph of y equals f of t, and g of x is equal to the definite integral from 2 to x of f of t dt. So notice on this one, our lower limit of integration is 2 instead of 0. So that kind of makes it a little bit tougher, a little bit different. But with that in mind, we can do these first four parts are just kind of like the table that we did on the last two problems. G of 0 means we're doing the definite integral from 2 to 0 of our graph. But we don't like this going backwards. Like the smaller number should be on the bottom, bigger one on top. So I'm going to switch that, but like we talked about before, we have to put a negative in front if we're switching the A and the B. So we want to find the area under the curve from 0 to 2, and then we're multiplying that by negative 1. So from 0 to 2, that's just this rectangle. So we have a base of 2, height of 2, area of that is going to be 4. But the negative out in front makes the answer to this definite integral negative 4. Right, area here is 4, but we have that negative out in front, so it's negative 4. G of 2, well, that's a nice easy one. We're going from 2 to 2. What's our answer going to be? 0. All right, why don't you guys go ahead and do C and D, and then we'll take a look at those answers in a second. All right, let's take a look. For part C, you should get 5. Right, area of that trapezoid, we're just going from 2 to 4. Area of that is 5. That's it. G of 9, we're finding the area under the curve from 2 to 9. So we've got this part that's 5. Found the area of this triangle, that's 4.5. And then area of this triangle is negative 2. So to find the area from 2 to 9, we have to add up all 3 of those. So we should get 7.5. Now, last two, a little bit different. This is asking for the derivative of g of 4. So important thing to remember, what is derivative of g of x? If we look at this function up here, what's the derivative of this function? Just f of x, all right? So that means derivative of g of 4 really means there's equal to f of 4. So all we have to do is look at this graph. What's f of 4? 3, right? That point right there, if we put 4 into this graph, we get 3 out. So the answer for this one is nice and easy compared to those other ones having to do the area. Right, same here, derivative of g of 7. Well, that's going to be the same as f of 7. So if we put 7 into this graph and this function, what do we get out? 0. All right, we'll stop there for today.